What are yamas? Yamas mean restrain. In Raja Yoga, the first step is called yama or restrain. This is the foundation for beginning the practice of yoga. This is the foundation for finding perfect health. Yamas means restraining all the animal tendencies. There are 5 yamas. Ahimsa means practice non-violence. Satya means practice truthfulness. Asteya means non-stealing. Brahmacharya means celibacy. Aparigraha means non-greediness. What these tendencies are natural general tendency. If you leave your senses alone, it will always gravitate toward lower animal tendency. Survival, pleasure and greed is very common. Spiritual journey begins only when you are in rhythm with nature or dharma. Dharma means being harmonious and flow with nature. We receive from the universe, we have to return back. And this is the purpose of yama. If one doesn't follow this basic guideline, then one may do all the exercises, practice yoga position, may eat healthy food, but one cannot find perfect harmony without following these general basic rules. How do you determine what is non-violence? There are so many degrees of non-violence. Ahimsa. Mahatma Gandhi spent entire life practicing ahimsa and satya. It took entire life. Non-violence, one may consider not killing someone. That is superficial interpretation. Non-violence in the depth means not hurting anyone with your thought, speech or action. That is non-violence. Eating meat, it is violence. But there are subtler ways one can produce violence. It is not important what goes in the mouth, but what is important is what comes out of mouth. So people are so strict, eating this and not eating this. And with their mouth, with their speech, they disturb and hurt others' feelings. In Jainism, non-violence is practiced to the extent that they cover their mouth so they don't kill the germs. This is external discipline, but in other areas they hurt others and hurt other human beings. So all these are to be determined with our intuitive feeling, like what is the real essence. It is not external act of non-violence or truthfulness, but real essence of it. So if you practice real essence, you find peace. For example, if you are violent, first person it hurts is you, because violence starts in the thought form. Even if you don't hurt someone, if you think about hurting someone, you already get disturbance and you can hurt your inner harmony, peace and your health. On the other hand, one has love and compassion for someone who is suffering. One cannot help physically, one cannot help financially, but with the thought one has compassion for others, one has practiced non-violence. Truthfulness. Truthfulness helps us, not others, because if you are truthful, it makes your life very simple. What you think, you speak, and you act, you write, you behave. Your life is free. But suppose if you tell untruth, to hide one truth, you have to tell many untruths, and before long your mind gets caught into complex psychotic complexes. So this is why Yama is the foundation. Sometimes people talk about higher philosophy, helping others and saving the world, but they don't practice the foundation, which is Yama. Second step is Niyama, where you purify yourself, but Yama is the foundation. If you don't have mastery of Yama and Niyama, and even suppose you get psychic powers through yoga, they will be self-destructive. So it is very important to practice moral codes. All the religions recommend some of the moral disciplines, but most people follow externally, mechanically, superficial form. If you practice Yama, you would have tremendous harmony and peace. So this is the foundation. Yama, spend less time in survival, pleasure and greed, so you have more time to meditate. Think less of yourself and think about others. More you expand your consciousness to serve others, you would lose the stress of preserving yourself. Your consciousness will expand and you will find healthy body and mind. So the purpose of Yama is to extend your love, extend and expand your consciousness, so that all the miseries that come by narrowing of the consciousness disappear. So practicing non-violence, truthfulness, non-stealing, brahmacharya, non-greediness, all these are positive disciplines that gives you joy, because any discipline you practice is austerity or tapas. It gives you deep joy. On the other hand, anything you indulge, though you get the pleasure, afterward you have regret. Afterwards you feel guilty. You don't feel as good. So restraining of animal tendency gives us power. Indulgence and going in wrong direction destroys us, makes us feel lower, we feel humiliated, we feel weakness. So moral strength goes away when you don't follow yamas. Jai Bhagwan.